Alright, I'm going to begin streaming on my side. Hello everyone. Hope everyone is doing good, and also big raid from Luke Tyler himself. Hope everyone from Luke Tyler's stream had fun, and of course that you had fun as well, Luke Tyler. Anyways, today we're gonna have SEM against FHX. You're jumpy. Yes, indeed. No fun allowed. Especially for me, though, as I'm casting, but especially... Actually, way more for the players themselves. And you know what? We're going to be in right off the bat. Let me just write the name of the players, because I think I missed it. Okay, I'll be catching this. Cyber Dragon and FK potentially. Okay, so Ken is going to be on the bottom, and we have Olako on top. So Ken from FHX and Olako from SEM. First duel, Hajime. And we're gonna have some Dark Dawn on the top. Cyber Dragon beginning with 3 back row. Could be good, could be bad. We'll see how he opens. So far, I do believe Olako is actually in a good spot there. Right off the bat, the Eggshell that is going to help him to draw 2 cards, and also gets the Dark Lord Contact, which allows him to special summon a monster. And then Dusk. Using the effect, special summons the other one. It's of course going to be Eggshell. You want that high defense. He's going to go yet again for it. I'm actually unsure if he's going to look for the trap. It is ideal, in fact, to search for the trap, but since you're fighting against Cyber Dragon, if you search it, you may want to instead discard it. Let's see, so 2 cards have been set so far. No card activation on the side of Ken. So far, not making any stupid comments. Just some normal thoughts on the side of Ken, since he is the one having the turn. The only thing we can notice though is that Olako doesn't have anything in the graveyard, so he is going to be able to use more resources ideally later on. Now the one sure thing is that he has added the trap to the hand. I do still believe he has set it, so what is Ken going to do? Why do you have to be mad? It's so weird. I'm not mad, I just have that voice. He's gonna go for the end phase. He's going to take his time instead of rushing things up. And not only that, but Olako can go for the Destiny Draw if he wants. Else he can actually save it for later on. But he is gonna go right off the bat and use it. The title. It's fine, Z plus G. I was late though, so I should have told you. It's fine. So now Olako is going to be flipping face down the banishment of the Dark Lord, so he can search anything from the Dark Lord archetype. And he's searching for Ukobak. Now Ukobak, when summoned, you can send one of the spell traps from the deck to the graveyard. He's going to try to go for lethal. Now it does depend as well the version or the cards that Ken is playing. There could be a potential drowning, and if it is the case, that is going to be a potential big comeback for Ken. Any prediction? I do think it's going to be up to Z plus G to make the prediction though, but indeed that will be who's going to win in between SEM and FHX, and then you guys vote. But since I'm not a mod, it's going to be Z plus G making the job. Hi Mumu, lol can. Shoutouts to Mumu though. Mumu flips. Now the Book of Moon at least saved him. Only one attack happened because he doesn't want, or like it doesn't want to trigger Cyber Style. But anyways, there's still going to be the Cybernetic Fusion support. Reduced by half your life points. And by using it, you're able to do that fusion. That is going to be using materials from the graveyard as well. Okay, this is getting interesting though. So there's going to be Sanctified Doglet that is so far being used. No, I do believe it's going to negate. I'm not sure if he's going to negate now the Cyber Proto. It's still going to negate Cyber Proto. So now what happens to the Cyber Proto? Its name is going to be Proto Cyber Dragon and not anymore Cyber Dragon, being the effect that it has. Although there's still the Cybernetic Overflow, so he could pick one of his own Proto Cyber Dragon, banish it. I do believe it is going to be lethal because first of all he has the Chimera Tech from Priest Dragon, and second of all you have the Amethyst that used the effect. It doesn't seem so. I'm stupid. Hasn't used the effect. It hasn't used. I was actually being cheeky now. It was activated from the field, and then he's using the effect of Amethyst. So I guess he could have gone otherwise differently. I'm unsure. Alright, so at least he destroys the Amethyst, but the effect was negated. So he cannot attack anymore. And not only that, but there's the Exile. Big massive when it comes to defense. And there's not many Cyber Dragon cards that can defeat it, other than Cyber End Dragon or Chimera Takeover Dragon. They're the only cards that will be able to defeat Exile. And good morning, Lawrence. Hope you're doing good, man. Well, I can have you as Koka's guy, but maybe next time. Really sorry, man. Oof. Mystical Space Typhoon opening. That is actually going to be very good. Destroys the Cybernetic Overflow, which gives an effect to Ken, which is to look for any spell trap from the archetype. And of course, Desire, that then gets to be special summon that is going to remove and send it to the graveyard, the Chimeritic Rampage Dragon, and that is how Olako is going to be taking the first point of the encounter. Let me just do the scoring so far. I'm also going to have to see if the two teams are all going to be repeating at some point. Could be now, but I do not expect it to be done. I don't think they're going to do the repeat. Not working today never felt better. I feel you, bro. It always helps out. On my side, I'm just going to take a whole weekend doing fewer stuff so I can focus on studies. So I sort of take your place, you without work, and I with my studies. True story. Indeed, indeed. Okay, that is going to be a big surprise for me. A very big surprise. There's going to be a repeat from Phoenix High. It means everything and nothing, so yet again, that is going to completely depend on the opening that Ken gets. And if the opening isn't good, I don't know how he's going to be winning this one. In terms of matchup, I do still believe that Dark Lord is able to pretty much block whatever Cyber Dragon does. But they sent it again, so they must have confidence on the build. Maybe it was specifically made to counter Dark Lord. But depends on the cards though. So for example, Herald of the Abyss is actually pretty good against this deck. You don't want to have any Dark Lord on the field, or else they can be using the effect of spells and traps from their graveyard. Ooh, so far, the famous Cyber Dragon Core APK. So summon it and search for any spell trap. I'm going to be setting 2 cards, but still looking pretty good. In my opinion, better than the previous duel. Now, Star Seraph Scepter is going to be summoned outside of Woloco, and also the Sovereignty, so the chair. So that is going to be Dark Lord Seraph on top from Woloco. That reveals itself. And there's now going to be the Xyz happening right now. And it is going to be using Book of Moon on the Scepter. Like that, all the monsters are in defense. But not only that, you also have the idea that if you let Scepter being used as one of the materials for any Xyz, it has an effect that says target icon field destroyed. Well, I don't remember if it says target specifically. Let me just read. Yes, it says to target. But there's like, I think it doesn't let any timing to the opponent when the effect is activated, which makes the card very good. So after using Excel, sends Excel and another card to the grave, draws 2, and sets also 2 cards, so solid opening on the side of Woloco. I'm going to be using Cybernetic Fusion support right off the bat. No, he can clearly go for a Chimeratic Rampage Dragon. Yes, they beat Swagonetis. That also surprises me a lot. Like it is, as I said though, you must have confidence in the build that you did if you think it truly counters Dark Lords. Like that will depend on the cards you get, plus also depends on the turn you get to play. Now that Ken got the first turn, that is indeed going to be beneficial, especially since he opened core. Also does have the fusion gate, which is going to help him out to the fusions. So now he's going to be activating Fusion Gate. He is about to do a fusion. I'm gonna go for the 3 of them. Alright, yeah, there's just one explanation for the three materials, and that will be because he wants to pop his own spell trap. Oof. That Sanctified Dark Lord though. Now the trap comes very handy here because you negate the effect of Rampage. Yeah, potentially as well launch. If the second deck is not even that good against the deck, then, or like worse against Dark Lord, it's also understandable why they go for repeat indeed. No, it's not over. He can at least destroy one of the monsters, and I do believe he's gonna go for the Septum, which will be obvious. Because the chairs, they only but have defense. And by the way, one fun fact though, and that is concerning Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, like the latest anime, there's an archetype that has been shown in the series you only have chairs. Like Star Seraph, I think it is a mix of weird items and all that. And then you have this chair archetype that somehow they're evil chairs. And I'm like, okay, that's an archetype that exists or will exist. Now, of course, since there's 3 monsters on the side of Oloko, there will be a point where he gets to normal summon for free. Normal summons Teska, and at the same time uses Darkwood Contact. Plus, he was able to bring Eggshell, uses the trap of course, that is going to give him life points back, gets the trap back, and at any point if there was any desire would have been lethal. So Ken is completely blocked. The skill has been used, and the 3 materials he has been sent to the graveyard. And also normal summon as well. Indeed, does normal summon with desire. That is going to be lethal. No question. Olako is going to be taking the 2nd point. Alright, so now it's going to be break time for the 2 teams. So first of all, Ken is going to be out. It's going to be another player from Phoenix High who is going to be joining. And I also forgot to say that there's not going to be any stats being shown for the war because I didn't have time to prepare them. But it's going to be fine though. The people are here for the games, they want to see the duels, and that's what I'll do. Alright, so let me just remove. We're going to go already to the next duel. That was very fast. I did not expect it, and it's going to be Sycamore on the bottom this time. Right, 3rd duel going on. Yami Yugi against Yami Yugi. 24 cards on the side of Sycamore, so I will suppose it is going to be Fire King. We'll see. So far, good opening banishment. That is going to be searching for Eggshell. Eggshell using the effect sends 2 cards to draw 2 cards, and also Ukobag that is going to be sending one of the cards to the graveyard right off the bat. But not only, goes for the Yamdaski, retrieves the Dogdo Contact to start building a defense. And of course brings Excel, uses the effect yet again. Or maybe he wants to use Banishment, one of the 2. Yeah, he's gonna go for Banishment, which I believe is searching for the trap. And setting 2 cards. Now that is a very, very honestly good opening here. Alright, so on slow with the Fire Kings, if the opponent controls a monster but you don't, you can special summon a monster from the deck. And he is of course going to be special summoning the Kai King, well, Fire King High Avatar Garnix. Or simply put Garnix. Or Fat Chicken, as the people call it. Ooh, okay, so the field spell, when you activate the effect, you can destroy a monster from the hand or that you control to add another Fire King, but instead there's going to be Mystical Space Typhoon that is going to destroy the field spell. And now the thing is, because if there's a field spell or a continuous card on the field and it tries to use an effect, if you change the card, the effect is going to be negated. That's just like a question of timing here. Though, what is going to happen is that the Garnix is going to be special summoned from the graveyard. But that is going to be tough for Sycamore, because the opponent has the trap. So now that means that Garnix's effect is going to be negated. So no Dark Lord gets to be destroyed. Alright, now using Banishment of the Dark Lord. Going to be looking for another card. There's going to be another Dark Lord contact. No, that will be because he wants to just reduce the amount of cards in his deck, and not only that, but build his field nicely. So now he has more Banishment that he can use. Could also search for Desire, and if he has Desire, I mean, potential lethal. But it also depends on what Sycamore has as hand traps. Alright, so now Desire is special summon. And let me just see the graveyard first before doing anything bad or any bad commentaries. There is indeed the Sanctified Dark Lord on the graveyard. And at the same time, I'm going to be revealing the graveyard on the side of Sycamore. So yeah, only the field spell, the Garnix High, and the spell he used to special summon the Garnix. So here the main problem is that if Oloko goes for attack and it isn't lethal, what it's going to mean is... Alright, now he uses a trap instead. That's actually some big risk here. So, what I do believe Olako wanted is to see if the opponent does have anything or not. There's going to be the Kytra that is going to be stopping the attacks anyway. So what is going to happen is that there's the High King Avatar Garnix that is going to be special summoned from the grave, but this time its effect is going to work. So he's going to be able to destroy all the monsters on Olako's field. And that is because the trap has been sent to the deck at some point. No, wait. Oh, of course. I go too fast. So what happened is I forgot that Garnix wasn't destroyed but sent to the grave. So that was a mistake of mine. No, there's a difference. He indeed destroyed the Garnix. So the second Garnix that is in the graveyard, it is going to be the one that gets to be special summoned and destroy all the monsters, but not the first one, because Desire's effect says I can target a monster. I lose 1,000 points, 1,000 attack points, and I send the target to the grave. So Eggshell is going to be actually activating the effect at the end phase, and goes for Ramdusk. Interesting choice to go for Ramdusk. I thought he was going to go for the trap. Yeah. She'll be able to search for Tess, but he searched... actually, I forgot that it is on the field though. If Teska was on the hand, that would be fine, but it was on the field. So anyways, it wouldn't be able to search it. Alright, let me see so far. Borrowing's effect, of course, because it was destroyed, lets him search for Avatar. Then destroys the Avatar. Adds another Barong. And now there's also Avada's effect that is going to normally special summon a monster from the graveyard. So that means on the graveyard the only monsters he can special summon are Barong. I do believe Garnix should be another possibility. Unless there's some text I forgot, let me see. Yeah, that might be because of the type. Going to go for an Xyz level 4 after doing the normal summon. Ooh, that is going to be this time. I think it is lethal because it's going to be 5,100 damage. He has enough for game. The card in hand on Olako's side is an Amdusk. And now that is going to be a point. The first point for FHX. So that is going to be 2-1 so far. Yup. Spider for an easy game. Quite a good card though. Very, very good card since you're able to target a monster, then banish it. You sort of have a free field. Going for the second duel.
Duel!
Okay. First turn escape on the side of Sycamore. It is going to be the turn of Olaka, who is, in my opinion, playing on a mat. And that is because you have 20 cards. And that is also going to be the proof. Beginning with Dodo the Draw, that is going to be sending Dodo the Buster. Now, Dodo the Buster isn't generally used on the main deck, but you can actually still play it if you want. If your opponent controls a monster, but you control none, you can special summon it. And if it is summoned this way, it becomes level 4. Which is still going to allow you to do quite some combos with the Gagaga Sister, or Code, etc. And also now that Code has been summoned, he can bring the Buster. Going now for the Photon Strike Bouncer. Has to go for the battle phase, sorry. And now it is going to make Olaka stop the attacks. He doesn't want to trigger any Destiny draw. Let me see, isn't DL better versus FK? In my opinion, I think FK has a better matchup against Dark Lord. That's not a bad question what you have. For me, Dark Lord, if they get to use their trap a lot, for me that's how Dark Lord wins. Now FK is still going to be sort of a strong card because there's this Garnix that tells you that you can destroy all the monsters on the field, and that is like going to put pressure to Dark Lord. And not only that, then you have AFK, like the way it is built, you have like some hand traps. Right now, this Kandafe is going to be able to destroy all the monsters. And because Arvada is destroyed, if he has another monster, he will special summon, but he has none. Which means only Garnix is going to stay on the field. Summons another Gagaga Sister. And now he has yet again the Gagaga code. But he's gonna... Okay, I didn't expect that. Gagaga Child. I don't even see it often played, so if you control a Gagaga monster other than the child, you can special summon the card from the hand, and if it is summoned this way, you can target a Gagaga monster you control with a different level than this card, and this card's level becomes the level of that monster. So basically it is used to make some copy. He's going to make it with the Gagaga Sister and gets himself the Abyss Dweller. Oof, that is going to be quite a fantastic lethal. Everything due to Abyss Dweller. Because no Abyss Dweller says that I'm going to negate the effects in the graveyard. Okay, wait. Yeah, I just realized there was some mistiming. Yup. Oof. I think he tried to go for lethal. He did have lethal. I'm sure he had lethal, but he used the Abyss Dweller too soon. Oh no. Nice. No, that hurts. And not only that, you have Sycamore that yet again has another field spell. So another Viking Island that is going to open him to the combos. Yeah, that's the stuff, Mikoto, yeah. I don't think there was any wrong play here. What really happened though is that he clicked on the effect of Abyss Dweller, he chained, but he did it too soon. He did it too soon because what Fire King Island does is it destroys all the monsters on the field. You let Garnix destroy it. But what you want to do, for example, would be to just negate the Kytroid. You negate the effect of Kytroid that banishes itself to negate some damage, and then you had the win. But then what happened is there was the Fuse Spell. What was that? Okay, so he used Gagaga Bolt that destroys the Fuse Spell, but then changed the Abyss Dweller. And that was where things were bad. So how is Olaka going to come back? Because there's yet again another Garnix that now gets to be special summoned that is going to destroy all the monsters. Honestly, I don't think he wants to only target the Garnix, because one thing you need to remember when it comes to the field spell, if you let the field spell alive, you can destroy a monster from your hand, search for another one, and the combos are going to keep going on. So ideally you don't really want to have the field spell remaining on the field. That was a good choice. The target with the Gagaga Bolt was no problem. The main problem was the fact he chained the Abyss Dweller, costing him the lethal. But it is still not over for him. He's going to have the Gagaga Head. And now Gagaga Head can be special summoned. Well, no, normal summon actually. Normal summons itself and becomes level 4 and can target 2 other monsters from the grave. He's going to be targeting the sister, the Gagaga coat. Looking good. He just checked his PayPal kinda late. Well, I will be too surprised. Like, whoever checks PayPal? I don't even check my PayPal. I will inform myself checking like some tutorials of PayPal, but nothing else. Kick W. No, he has the rank 6 though. And that means Ptolemy. Constellop Ptolemy M7 that is going to be able to use the effect, target a monster that is on the field or in the graveyard, and send it back to the hand. No, the real sad part is Olaka is still not going to have lethal though. One thing that needs to be remembered is the Kytroid that is on Sycamore's graveyard. And actually, since I'm checking the graveyard, I'm going to be showing you the one on Olaka. A lot of monsters that have been sent to the grave that he could retrieve with the code sometimes, but it is not going to be easy. Alright, now, doesn't use Kytroid's effect yet. I mean, like, he used it against Head. So now Olako obviously isn't going to try to attack it again. Interesting. No, he has the Onslaught of Fire Kings that is going to allow him to special summon a monster from the deck. And that is because he controls no monster. Is going to special summon another high avatar Garnix. And now Fire King Island, he's going to destroy one of his cards and add another Fire King. I do think he's going to destroy his own Garnix, but he's going to go for the Arvada. I think it is going to be good. So what he is doing is just making an Xyz. So Arvada destroy, target another Fire King, special summons the Barong back, summon Barong, you make an Xyz. Simple. This is basically Connect 4 what's going on, and he is going to be making the Spider Malevolent Sin. Can banish Ptolemy, but he's going... No, okay. Okay, I think I know what he's doing. Intentional destruction of Garnix here. So he can special summon another monster from the deck. Beautiful. And that is going to special summon a Arvada, and of course will be lethal. Because on the mat, hand traps, they don't have it. That is going to be a 2-2 situation. So yep, Sort of a classic though, concerning the fact that every time there's a war that begins, sometimes it can get to be very close. But that is actually going to hurt though for the SEM team, I'm not going to lie. That play really cost them a potential lethal, thus the win. So now Sycamore with a streak of 2-0. It's Game Gabe. So many. I do agree the name is funny though. That's Game Gabe. But yeah, what a game though. In terms of matchups as well, like Onomat, in my opinion, will have more control against Fire King, I'd say. Well, not really control, but the idea of like special summoning monsters, then have the Xyz that allow you to do some disruption against your opponent, or just pure offensive plays to then, let's say, banish their monster, etc. It is still like a deck that can defeat Fire King. Like, the main defense for Fire King is going to be the hand traps, of course, and nothing more. Like, you have, I think you have 5 hand traps, the 2 Kytroid, 3 battling Boxer Veil. That's the way they play. Alright, we should be soon ready. I'm just going to wait to see which player joins. And it is going to be Chocolat. Alright, whatever they want. And then we're ready to go for the next duel going on. Alright, that is going to be definitively Blue Eyes on top. I will be surprised if there's any bait on the side of Chocolat. I mean, it could still technically be possible to make bait with Seto Kaiba, DSOD especially. But it isn't that it has like many skills, I'd say global skills. For example, LP Boost Alpha, I do believe he has it. But I mean, of course, no one is really going to play it. Unless you maybe want to have a lead in life points, but... Anywho, 2 set cards on the side of Chocolat. 1 monster, 1 spell trap. There's going to be no question Mythical Space Typhoon gets rid of the Treacherous Trapple. Chains and Slow of the Fire Kings. Going to special summon the Big Chicken, the Garnix. Normal summons Arvada as well. And he isn't going to be afraid because he knows that first of all Arvada is going to be negating the effect of the stone by sending one of the cards to the grave. Going to destroy another Arvada. I do believe he cannot special summon anything though. I mean, the graveyard is pretty little on the side of Sycamore yet, but he gets at least a Garnix. Is going to force the destruction of Garnix to then use it later on. And that was also to not have the Arvada destroyed for no reason. Oof. There's a good opening on the side of Chocolat though. That is going to help him a lot. Ancient Rules. Special summon a level 5 or higher normal monster from the hand. And then level 8 plus 1 is going to be making the Blue Eye Spirit. Now what do you do with this card? Once per turn you can negate an effect that is in the graveyard. That is going to be truly beneficial though for Chocolat. Alright, as the Blue Eyes to the hand. Arvada Destroyed cannot use the effect that is going to be negated by the Blue Eye Spirit. So now the main issue is that Sycamore wanted to have the Garnic special summoned on his turn, but Spirit negates it. Yeah, okay, that's a good opening yet again. Onslaught of the Fiery Kings, that is going to allow him to yet again have another High King avatar. The Garnix. Now the only issue is going to be the following. The thing is, there's Azure Eyes Silver Dragon that has been special summoned, and what is going to be good for Chocola is the following. His monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects. Ooh, another Ancient Rules. Opening the 2 Ancient Rules at early game. That might be lethal if Sycamore does not have a hand trap. But if he does have a hand trap, it is going to be fine for him. We'll see how it goes. Otherwise, what Chocola can do is go for another Spirit. He's gonna actually go and prioritize the Spirit to just make sure that he has the graveyard control. Doesn't need to rush things and go for lethal. That is the good play so far. Sometimes you don't have to rush things. If you control well, you will be fine. Now in terms of matchups as well, Blue Eyes does have, in my opinion, more advantages than what Fire King does. As you can see, the 2 Synchros Azure and the Blue Eye Spirit, they already do quite a lot of... I mean, they put a lot of trouble for Fire King, because you can negate effects in the grave, because you have protections for your dragons. And there's also the stun that has been sent to the grave after the Synchro that is going to allow him to have another Blue Eyes on the field. Alright, he's gonna go first of all with the Battling Box of Veil. That is going to allow him to have a bit of tempo. And not only that, but also gain life points. And he will go for the Kytro to avoid getting a lot of damage for no reason. He's gonna go for it. Now Sycamore is going to be able to have the Destiny draw, so we'll see what he draws. That is going to matter a lot. I do expect him to go for a Garnix and try to force the Spirit to go away. That could be one of the things I can see. He has used 2 Onslaught, so I don't know if he has a third, but if he does have a third, that could potentially be very good for Sycamore. Spirit Dragon didn't attack because he has thought that he had lethal, but the thing is that Sycamore had like multiple cards. And now that is going to be game Chocola taking the point, having a goal filled with the control, so it is what it is, but going to be good for SEM themselves. And it's still not over for Phoenix High. They still got 2 wins. With the second day, they may be able to take a win yet again. And we're gonna go to the next duel right now. So let's go. Okay, Alakazam Zinski, that should be a Thunder Dragon. The amount of cards is going to tell me everything. There's 23 cards. For me, that is looking like a Thunder Dragon. Now, Sycamore is going to be getting the first turn right now. should be sort of fine, but I might say maybe second turn was better for Sycamore. Actually, no, I do think the first one is better in this matchup, especially because you want to have the aloof Lupine or even a Raiden to send costs to the grave or have the time to do so. So 2 costs sent to the grave, Charge of the Light Brigade, Thunder Dragon Hog, and non by its effect sends a Legionnaire and an aloof Lupine. So far there's no defense on the side of Sycamore. Chocola opening with a Cause of Consonance here. And a second one. Summons the Sage looking for a tuna. Now here is going to be looking for the other, well, the Ancient Stone for the third time. Now yet again, the fact that you have the 2 Cause of Consonance is going to allow Chocolat to potentially have 2 back row. And that is going to be putting a lot of pressure to the Sycamore. Now with Melody, you're going to be looking for 2 Dragon with 3000 attack or more attack, and 3500 or less defense. Three Blue Eyes in hand, my Jesus. There's also the alternative. Chocolat is going to be able to go for the Synchro. That's quite a hand, I may say that. He has 2 Blue Eyes as well in hand, so it's no back row, but it is still going to be imposing. Because there is going to be a potential lethal on the side of Chocolat if Sycamore does not have any hand trap. First damage and second one. Yup, Sycamore not being able to have any defense. Chocolat having an insane opening is going to be taking the point. So 4-2. And now Sycamore is going to have to be out, letting the players from his team to take care of the rest. Now that was unfortunate for the Thunder Dragon player, definitively. Getting first turn isn't bad, like, sincerely it isn't even bad, since you're able to send cost to the grave, potentially go for the Legionnaires and all the combos. But that opening from Chocolat was too good. No way to see Sycamore getting back, unless there was maybe 2 hand traps, but he will need like an insane opening as well, like that's the stuff. Do the teams decide the order of the players before the fight, or can they choose in between? So, at each beginning of the wars, they choose what you call a starter. So that means this is going to be the first player to be on the lineup. But then, during the encounter, you can decide who you want to bring. Like, there's no specific order. The only, like, player you want to bring in, like the starter, is like the only thing you say. Actually, I explained it so bad, so I'll actually try to detail this better. Each team sends a lineup with 5 players, and they choose one starter. But then, if there's a player that loses and then gets replaced, there's no need to, for example, say, oh well, let's say that, for example, a team brought Ken first. Kira isn't necessarily going to be the second player, for example. It could be any of the other 4. Alright, so Black is going to be playing Thunder Dragon right now, gets the first turn as well. So Hawk into Dragon Roar, that is retreating the Hawk. Yes, exactly, River Sally. So the two teams have to prepare two decks, and there's no side. That's basically how the format is. So ideally, if you want to ever play a deck, it can be sort of fishy and actually add some cards you would usually use in a side deck. Alright, this time I'm not going to skip the animation of alternative. Alright, using the Dragon Dog adds another one. This is almost a deja vu. Yet again, the Ancient Trolls that allows him to special summon the Blue Eyes from his hand. And now making the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, which will be locking the effects from the grave. Oh my god, twice in a row a very similar opening, that's insane. Jesus. That's something to happen though. Yeah, first of all the break and also the great opening on Chocolat aside, like that's two stuff. As for the matchup, I will still say that Thunder Dragon is actually not even that bad against Blue Eyes, like not at all, like it is a good deck. There's going to be the second duel, let me just see if there's any repeats. No repeat, that is going to be straight to the second deck. Ooh la la, going for the mirror match. Alright, sir.
Duel.
That's not something I expected to see. So, first turn is going to be going for Chocolat, who opens with the Sage with Eyes of Blue. And by the way, as Frieza said concerning how Team Wars must be begun, players have to send the decks before they ever get to play. Ooh, no spell trap on the side of Chocolat, but is still going to be able to special summon a Blue Eyes from the deck by the effect of the stone. So let's see how Black is going to open. Revealed so far, the Blue Eyes, there's going to be the alternative that gets to be special summon, of course. Destroys the obvious, destroys... Okay. Okay, doesn't matter who plays Blue Eyes 3 times in a row the same opening. I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions for that. Oh my Jesus. This is gonna be lethal. Yep. It speaks by itself. 5-3 so far. Now, of course, it is going to depend what deck Chocolat has next. We'll see. And they also go very, very fast, so trying to catch them up. Alright, actually, River Sully with a lot of questions, so if you assist Frieza, that's going to be good. Let's see.
Duel.
Yep, exactly. Frieza in the rise when it comes to the rulings. Frieza is going to be your Team Wars teacher. Now, on the side of Black is not opening that bad so far. Cause of consonants to the stone. And that is because he used Sage to add it. So that one was free, and 2 set cards Chocolat revealing Thunder Dragon. The two players swapping their decks or something. The Kick W moment. We're gonna have the stone activating its effect that is going to be special summoning a blue eyes from the deck. Normal summons a look to pine, banishes one card from his hand, banishes then a card from his deck. Now, one thing of course that Black will have to pay attention is the graveyard of his opponent. It feels a lot, but he has two backers as well, which I do believe it is going to be very beneficial for Black, unless he has one of them as bait. Now, because Dragon Aurora has been banished, he can special summon a monster from the deck. He is going to special summon the Dragon Hawk from the deck. And adds another copy of it because of the effect of Dragon Dark. Looking pretty good for Chocolat, who could also go for a leveled application if he wants. Always a great music to listen. I think even if I stay quiet, the music is like enjoyable when it comes to the duel. Like a lot of OSTs from like the latest generations, at least in Duel Links, they've been great music. Book of Moon going to be used. Flips down the Ptolemy. This is going to reduce the possibility for Chocolat to make like a lot of combos. Like, first of all, M7 you can also use it to retrieve monsters on your side, for example a Legionnaire in case you wanted to summon it. Or Treacherous Trapple is going to be doing some stuff. You can destroy up to 2 monsters on any field, destroy them. If Black has any way to special summon yet again another Blue Eyes, it is going to be an insane opening that he had. Black so far has the lead, but of course one thing I must not forget. Chocolat may have a hand trap, but of course that depends like on the build you do for the Thunder Dragon, so we never know. Use the stone to retrieve the Blue Eyes, which would mean that he has the alternative. Else, it is going to be Ultimate Dragons that gets to be used. You add a polymerization from outside of the deck, and you do your fusion. Shark Victory theme is my fave. Yeah, Shark is actually very sick. Shark best boy. There's going to be now the polymerization, of course, used. And which fusion is he going for? He's gonna go for the Twin Burst Dragon. And yes, this time I did not say Cyber Twin Dragon like I do in a lot of commentaries. So I was about to say it again. Oh my god. Twin Burst Dragon. And that is going to be lethal, no problem. Black was very mad. He wanted to take revenge. And now that is going to be a point for him. So 5 for SEM so far. And no. 4 for FHX. Chocolat is now going to be out. And now it's time for me yet again to just put the scores correctly. Because that's all I can do. Waiting for the next play on the side of SEM. Alright, the first publicity I see is PayPal. Shoutouts to PayPal. Oh man, I'm gonna have to learn so much stuff about PayPal later on as well. I'm not going to lie. Alright, so just so far waiting for the play. I think it is going to begin during the ads. We'll see. There's also 3 players remaining on each side. I mean, black is currently playing, but it's still going to be 3 players remaining on the side of FHX and 3 on the side of SEM. And so far, that first run has been quite close, but in a funny way when it comes to scoring. Like, there's a lot of 2 streak happening. I mean, 2 win streak. Dom the Kid Clapper, yo. How are you doing, my man? He's actually playing Blue Eyes so far. Black is with Blue Eyes. Alright, let me just do some annoying noises because I want to receive some rewards. I'm too poor. As a streamer, I need gems. Alright, that was what I thought. No player so far. So Sam's still deciding on the next player. Water Wars Day, let's go. Now that's an opinion, I guess. For me, water is like very annoying, and it will reach a point where the deck is just going to be nerfed, like, no question. That's still a belief I have. Like, as a deck, it is pretty solid though. Oh wait. I'm still alive, okay. Diva to 2. I think the skill is going to be touched as well. Like, at some point the skill is going to be touched. Pretty easy, since enjoying vegan meatballs with rice with dragon fruit tea. Oh, nice, dude. Konami simping for a shark. I'm not gonna lie, I'm simping for shark as well. Because shark best boy. I mean, the skill is not that it is broken, but like the fact that you can use it twice per duel to make very easy XCs, it's like, you know, it's funny. If they don't touch the skill, then it's going to be quite huge. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be great for a lot of players, but still. You try to say Diva, you are, then it is going to be put to 2. I mean, good luck for that. They will maybe put it at 3, ideally. Else they will hit the Atlanteans. Potentially Atlanteans. Yeah, TTH from water. But like for that, they just have to put a limited to one of the cards in the deck. So it's going to be, let's say the infantry, for example, from the Atlantean, it is going to be put at 2. They can play TTH in it. Now, what's going to be very stupid, without TTH, the deck is going to be stronger. The main problem is going to be the infantry though. The fact that it is put to 2. Well, Marksman to 2 you don't care. Marksman you play 1 copy of it. You don't play 2. That's the infantry that matters. The difference between the two. So Marksman, you can destroy face down. And when it attacks you inflict damage. If it does, you can special summon from the deck a monster. But the thing is, you have infantry that destroys a face up. And you have a Beast Dweller that has an insane timing. And then, you have this idea that if it is normal summon, you can normal summon another monster. So you will, for example, go for infantry into Diva. Diva that then special summons a monster. Like, for me, that's quite the combo. And that's an insane opener as well. Alright, so no idea who the player is, but I see a number 4, so I'm just waiting to see who it is. Alright, they're going to begin right off the bat. We're going to have Mooney that is going to be replacing Chocolat. And let's go right into the duel. We're going to have a Shark indeed. We're speaking a lot about Shark. They say we're going to go for a Shark. Sounds good to me. Water is going to be getting this first turn. And Blue Eyes is going to go second.
Duel.
Honestly, hate they sort of have a good matchup. Water Painters against Water is actually pretty doable. Yeah, exactly, SMH. If they take out the Treacherous Trap Hole, the deck is going to be playable. Like, the main thing to hate yet again, as I thought, or like, in my opinion, it will be the skill. Just because you make very fast succeeds when, let's say, one would be enough, or something. Sage into Sage bringing a Blue Eyes doesn't even bring the Spirit, which I'm very surprised to see. But it is also possible that they do not play it. Gonna be a free attack for Black, who's able to deal some big damage. Actually, funnily enough, if you put Water Painters against Blue Eyes, I do believe Blue Eyes has a better matchup than Water Painters. Globally, Water Painters against Blue Eyes is not that easy. Like, even if you have like the traps and all, they have a way out. Okay, Mooney with the 4 set though. Not looking good for Mooney, who will want to instead. Okay, I see why he didn't special summon from the deck, and that is because he has the Dragon Spirit of White and Prismatic. That's one thing I've never seen before. Black is a lucky man. The rare Prismatic. I don't think he used gems, by the way. Anywho, that's going to be the Book of Moon. Gets to be used on the Dragon Spirit of White. And one of the players called Chain a card. No chain has been activated on top of the chain too. So we have the normal Blue Eyes that is still alive. Yeah, clearly. Clearly, Buns. I have a Prismatic Beaver, Warrior, no cat. Yeah. That's quite a very rare Prismatic, I'm not going to lie. On my side, I think the most rare Prismatic that I pulled recently is going to be Obedience, which is a spell you can find on the 4th mini box. And that's it. Now, I do not know if Black is going to want to go for a Synchro. He called to push the back rows of his opponent. Plus, I think he should, because you don't want to really have the stone face up on the field for free in attack position to then receive some big fatto damaggio. Like, I don't think it's going to be the case. Well, not only these two decks actually, but it is true that against an OTK deck it can be pretty good. Because there's the idea that at some point the back row is like removed and all. Although you still need to know that Water and Automat, they will still be able to do lethal against it. Like, for me, Blue Eyes is like, it's the deck that needs the first turn against these two decks. Book of Moon going to be used, that is going to be forcing the trigger of the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon that is going to be special summoning Azure Dragon in defense, but he decides no. He's going to take the Book of Moon. Alright. That was a very interesting choice he made. He doesn't want to have the Synchro sent already to the grave to then special summon Azure. We'll have to see why he went for that. I do think maybe he wants to negate the effect of one of the monsters summoned or something, but I highly doubt. If he went for the Azure, he will give protection to his monsters, which basically slows down the cards that Mooney will use to destroy face-ups. Else, the only reason why he didn't chain, and that is going to be what I think, it could be because of the Fiendish Chain read. I just realized that. So maybe Black is reading over a Fiendish Chain on the side of Mooney. And if so, that is actually going to be fantastic. Deva is going to be normal summon on the side of Mooney. Finally, Diva entered. That is true. The singer finally shows herself. Actually, a beautiful card as well. Not going to lie. Oh, he had Marksman. Ooh, the Marksman out of all the cards. He's gonna go into number 37. Alright, no. Yes, fair enough. He's going to go destroy the Vanilla Blue Eyes. And destroys also the Spirit with a simple attack. So the 3 monsters destroyed. Ooh, cards of consonants as well. Retrieves the blue eyes. There might be either alternative or ultimate dragons or the 2. What is Black going to do? We'll see. I'm looking at the screen exactly like the Sphere Kariba that is on his map. I'm just going to say that. Ultimate Dragons gets to be activated. It is going to be revealing the 2 blue eyes that he has in hand. And decide which fusion you want to go for. Which one is it going to be, sir? And he's going to go for 2. Twin Burst Dragon on the field. That is going to get already Fiendish Chain, so that was a great read on the side of Black. Alright, this actually... I don't know what happened. I have no idea, and I don't think it is time at all. This is clearly not time. I am wondering if it is DC, but it shouldn't be possible at all. Okay, that is weird as heck. Alright, so I'm actually just staying quiet. I'm not still knowing what happened, but so far I'm going to be waiting to see when the next duel begins. And not only that, let me just change the score, because I do believe it is going to be 5-5. Else I'm going to be pinged and I'm going to know what happens. Alright, we're just going to go straight on the next duel. So I'm going to have to just write a lot of stuff. First of all, we have the first repeat on the side of SEM. And that also means we're going to be seeing yet again water. And let me see. Mooney has a loss. Live just got the win. So that is 5-5 situation going on. No, honestly, the win the Black God was actually... I mean, at the end that was a given. But I still don't know why there would be a scoop of Fiendish. Was it maybe because it's not targetable? which will surprise me because I do think that will have been a good thing for Black. I mean, for Mooney. So Abyss Dweller, anyways, is on the field with a pretty nice opening. Okay, that's cool. That's good. Alright, so I'm going to be quiet, guys. I'm very sorry. That is because I'm just helping someone. And that someone is going to be the one who does the reports. So, guys, enjoy the duel. Alright, I'm back, everyone. Oof. A good hand on the side of black. The 5 cards is also able to special summon the alternative. The man is looking good. Mooney has a 1 bapper so far. The polymerization that then gets used after the ultimate dragon. So far this timing, I do not know what it is going to be. I will still think it is black thinking which fusion to go for. That is true. In fact, if there is any TTH on the side of Mooney, that could be bad. Okay. Okay, the vanilla Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I had not thought he's going to be summoning the vanilla one. Oh my god. He could have gone for the Neo, but he goes for the vanilla one. Still looking good. It is going to be Book of Moon. Oh my god. I thought it was going to be the Neo Ultimate, but it is like the real Ultimate. Like, how cool is that? That cheeky black though. Okay, so we're gonna have the Deep Sea Diva that gets normal summon, which allows allows himself to summon another one, the infantry as well. So far a complete field. Oof. Quite a feel, I gotta say. So what is Moody going to be doing right now? He's going to be using the other one. Interesting. Okay, whoa, that's too complete. Is there anything that Black has as a defense? This is going to matter a lot. This could be lethal. This could be lethal, that's the problem. There has been the Abyss Dweller that first of all negates the effect on the graveyard. And not only that, but you have the free attack that no Hope Woven does, and Abyss Dweller. And that is it. Winnie is going to be taking the point this time. Ooh la la. Flipping the table, may I say. I don't know, I don't have much word. Alright, so yet again, let me just put the score. Another repeat also that gets to be helpful for one of the two teams. Well, technically there's, I'd say, one that does it. River Sully. But it isn't like made for competitive, just for farm. It's the one where you summon the Gate Guardian. Good morning. Good morning to you, Vic Jr. I hope you're doing good. I try to be as much attentive as possible, but watching the game, then Discord, and you guys, it's hard to handle for me, but I try my best. Alright, so of course, so far we're just waiting for the next player on the side of FHX. So those who are wondering. And I'm also going to be able to remove it. So now who is going to be the player that replaces Black? That's my question. It is going to be Akura. Sounds good to me. And they already are going to the duel. Let's go. Ooh. This is an OTK duel. Second turn is going to go for the Cyber Dragon player. First turn is going to be going for the Water player. Everything matters. Who opens the best wins. There's no question. Alright, 2 back row so far on the side of Mooney. And that is it. No more monsters. Alright. Now it does depend on what aggro has. Cyber Dragon Core is going to be already normal summon, which is allowing him to search for any spell trap from the deck and adds Cybernetic Fusion support to the hand. Using it already, of course, goes for the Cyber style. My question is, do you have, sir, the Fusion Gate? Of course he does. Fusion Gate allows all the players to do a fusion. Of course, while they have the cards to do the fusion in the graveyard or in hand. Let's see. Alright, now, is this going to be a good choice? I think not. There was clearly a way to maybe get this thing out. Because they can actually still use the monsters from the graveyard, and that is due to the effect of the Cybernetic Fusion support. So now he's able to force the back row to be used, which is going to be a Book of Moon. Ooh, okay, yeah. The opening one is on the side of Akura, who does have, in fact, Cyberlet Fusion. Gets to do another fusion summon using monsters from the field or the banished pile. And that's going to be another kaboom. Chimera Tech Grand Priest Dragon is back. This is his twin brother. And yep, no question, that is going to be lethal. It is what it is. The one who gets the best opening wins. Akira is going to be taking the point. I also forgot to do something when it comes to the visuals. Akira had the 2 days. Just making this clear. But yeah, that's even more close. This is a 6-6 situation going on so far. And now I'm just gonna have to put the score. And then waiting for the next play on the side of SEM. Alright, I do think the player is also already here in the room. They already are going to be beginning the next duel. We're going to have Zenza taking the place of Muni. And so, just like that. By the way, to everyone who is on the stream, I do hope that you have a good day or a good evening. And good luck if you're working, because it is Friday. Hope you guys are good in the chat though. Anyways, we're gonna have Zenzo, who is bringing Dark Lord Seraph. So we have another Dark Lord Seraph on the side of Sam. Opening with the Scepter. Oof, that's gonna be a good opening. Plus the counter is also good, definitively. 2 chairs, the Scepter. We're gonna see Ouroboros. Maybe, actually, that could be any XCs, but I will still believe he goes for the Ouroboros. We'll see. Rico got KKKKK. Oh, that comment though. That was funny. I'm glad I know Spanish because I can understand a bit of Portuguese or Brazilian. Not at speaking, but at least at writing. Like writing, I think it is easy to understand the language. Alright, so I don't think I'm glitching, so what I do, I'm going to be waiting 30 seconds, and if there's no move, I quit the duel, I go back so we can refresh the duel. Yo, Snook, hope you're doing good, buddy. Alright, indeed it is going to be a lot of thoughts put into. Fair enough, it is going to be Everswarm Ouroboros in the end. And that is forcing a discard from the opponent's hand. It is going to be discarding the Cybernetic Fusion support. Could be good, could be bad. Sending only 1 card on the side of Akura. That is going to allow Zenzo to yet again use the effect. Unless it gets timed by another card, we'll see. Okay, Magikarp. So like, I think I see what you mean though. It's just that I don't know much about the XCs that Dark Lord Seraph plays. All I've seen is a lot of Ouroboros in general. That is going to be lethal, no question. Akron not gaining the opening, so 7th point. Going for 7. But yeah, like the thing is, it's hard for me to analyze yet anything that Dark Lord does. I'm not going to lie to everyone. Because, like, indeed, it's not bad to destroy your own spell, trap send it to the graveyard if you want to then use it with the effect of a Dark Lord monster. Like, I see why. But yeah, no banishment as well, and also easy kebab. We're gonna see the blue eyes on the side of Akura this time. And the first turn is going to go yet again to Zenzo. Or Odelt and Ray for sure. D-Drop plays more 3 mats and level turnings plays more generic stuff. Yeah, 3 materials, clearly. That's like the main thing you want to do though. Like every time you have Scepter and you have the teachers, you always go for an Xyz that has 3 materials in general. But like the 2 I've seen in like most of the duels against them, at least on my side. Indeed, Evil Swarm or Ouroboros allowing so many plays, like it has 3 effects. And then it is the Deltaros from Satellite Knight. But I mean, of course, it's not going to be played yet, so... I mean, Satellite Knight Deltaros is like late game, I'd say. But then nothing else. Yeah, exactly. Stick does give the effect to pop and draw. Indeed, indeed, Hans. Like, I know it has the effect of popping, but I didn't know you can actually pop one of your cards, so... That's actually good to know. Ah, another card on the field. Indeed, indeed, it makes sense. Everyone write in the chat. The chat is bugged today. 2 cards set on the field as well on the side of Zenzo, so... Quite a huge field, I may say. So now, what Akra is going to be doing? It could be to have level tuning instead of DD. I'm surprised because does Yami Yugi have level tuning? Because I don't think it does have level tuning as a skill. If it does, I'm going to be very surprised. I'm actually going to check this out, but level tuning will be on 5D's character normally. It's hard for me to imagine on a Yami Yugi. And yeah, as I thought it will be a Sanctified, negating Sage to not search for any tuna, 3 cards set on the side of Akura. Yeah. Okay, Andros, yeah. That's what I thought. I will be surprised to see, oh, well, Yami Yugi had level tuning a long time ago. But no. I'm going to be in the Destiny draw what Zenzu is playing. Alright, so another Scepter has been summoned. Maybe he wants to go for maybe he could go for an Xyz. I don't know if he's going for that. He does go for that. So no Malevolent Sin is going to have... I think it's going to have 2 pops by the effect of the Scepters. Yep, that's what I think. He's going to be able to pop 2 cards. I mean, he's using 2 Scepter. No. 3 or more monsters. Of course, it doesn't have it. Alright, I'm learning stuff yet again. I can't believe the mistakes. The Serbia band casting yet again. But anyways, Banishment. That is going to be looking for a contact. That is now going to be searching for one of the doctors in the grave. The Tesco. Level tuning will be Feather Duster, interesting. Bizarres, yeah. I don't know, I don't think so, Magikarp. I'm the one learning. I think most of the players know more than me in general. I'm not going to lie to you. Plus you guys know a lot. Oof. Oh, the Treacherous Trapple. That is going to be, of course, targeting the 2 Dark Lords to slow them down. Now that's quite the card that Akra got. I can only say that. That will have been funny to see Needle indeed. Gonna be an end phase on the side of Akura. Doesn't have any monster, or maybe has a monster, but then has to rely on the back row. Zenzo setting another spell trap on his field. He's gonna have 2 of them. Goes for the attack. Is this going to pass? It does pass. It does pass indeed. Zenzo going to be getting finally the point that gives a 2-point differential. Has been a lot of like 1-point differential for quite a long time, I guess. So now we're gonna have a crew that has to leave. It isn't your turn anymore, buddy. And the last one is going to be coming, of course. It is going to be none other than Kida from FHX. Zenzo 2 be about to go 4-0. We'll see. We never know though. Depends on a lot of stuff. Zenzo giving me points. Oh yeah, you guys. Good lord. Oh my god, I just realized there's something wrong with the text. I'm gonna have to change that. But well, it doesn't matter. The score is viewable. Yeah, I see. Actually, can I edit the transform? I'm gonna do that later. Alright, the duel begins. Kid on the bottom, Zenzo on top. That might be the final stretch. That might not be it. We'll see. 2 Yami Yugi yet again. And the first turn is going to go for Kida.
Duel.
23 cards on the side of Kida. What is he playing? Looks like a fire game? And setting 2 cards. I'm curious. Nah, that would not be NK. If they wanted to play NK, I don't think they will play Destiny Draw. No, it was not balance. I didn't see any balance. That is going to be Destiny Draw, and because of the amount of cards, you can expect a Fire King happening. I mean, that's at least what I think. But yeah, definitively no balance. Alright, so banishment is going to be used. So banishment is going to be retrieving a doctor card from the deck to the hand. Retrieves the Dark Lord contact. So that is going to be because, well, yeah, either Nastin or instead Initial. And he does have Nastin. Reveals himself, the Mad Light himself. Now he sent the trap and the spell. Uses banishment, going to be looking for another monster. Who are you looking for, sir? That's my question. Goes for Tiska. Tiska to get at least some protection in case a Dark Lord monster will be destroyed by a card effect. You have Tiska to protect it. Now Scepter is going to go for the attack. Is Scepter going to be helping out Zenza or not? We'll see. Damage is going to be taken by Kiddo. And that is going to be summoning the Battling Boxer Veil. In attack position. That's shaky, I guess. I don't really think it is bad, actually. It's just he's provoking his opponent to attack to then have the Destiny draw. So that's an interesting way of using Battling Boxer Veil, special summoning in attack position. That was good. Alright, Mystical Space Typhoon though is going to be dealing with the face down. Wall of Brazil. Nossa. But it got destroyed. That's at least that's at least quite a reveal though. Yeah, exactly. That's the stuff though, and it's saying, but you keep the veil. I mean, you keep it in attack position, but that is because you know, as a player that is playing Destiny Draw, that the other player wouldn't attack you to then make you trigger Destiny Draw. Or else that's like you're playing in ladder and the guy is just so stupid, he's like, I attack, and I attack, and then he triggers the skill. But because that is not the case, they don't want to lose because of a Destiny Draw that will completely turn the table of the match. Not only that though, the fact that there was these two cards revealed, Mystical Space Typhoon as well as the Battling Boxer Veil, is going to show that it is in fact Fire King, the deck that Kida is playing right now. Oh my god, Fire King Kong incoming. Oh man. There's always that one time where I read King Kong, the first thing I'm thinking of is Donkey Kong from Mario. Don't ask me why. Gonna be the turn though of Zenzo so far. So he has 3 cards. He still technically is able to do plays, but he's not gonna use any card. He's gonna go attack, try to destroy the veil. And goes for the end phase. Onslaught of the Fire Kings opened. Now that is going to be allowing Kida to special summon Garanix from the deck. I actually don't know what's the timing for so far, so I do expect that will be because Kida is thinking if he wants to summon a monster or not. Because so far there wasn't really a good opening on the side of Kida. The Onslaught is definitively going to be helping him, but is Nest in effect live? It technically will be. I believe it will. Especially because of the trap. Kennedy, okay. I don't know why the Canadian though. That would be maybe to force Nastan to use the effect, which I do comprehend. Right, Destiny Draw going to be triggered here after the destruction done by Garnix. Yeah, why not just attack Nastan and all? I actually do think he just wanted to destroy by card effect, maybe, but that's a choice, I guess. I mean, the fact, like, there's also the possibility that Zenzo may have, like, more scepters and all that. Maybe that's why he wanted to stop them. Sadly not going to be so beneficial. So Scepter being normal summon, the chair being summoned, search for another chair, the chair being special summon, of course, yet again. Yeah, all the more reason to save Canadian. 100%. I don't know why he activated Canadian. Like, Canadian will have been the biggest issue here. And the Canadian will have been beneficial to flip, for example, the Scepter. Else you could have done it. I don't think he could have done it on the Xyz now. Banishment of the Dark Lord is going to be used right now. Retrieves an Amdusk. Yeah, exactly. He can easily negate the Garnix. That also. Clearly. Though, even if he negates the Garnix, like, the one thing you need to know is that he cannot negate its effect of, like, when it activates in the graveyard and all that. The Canadian was just basically a waste. What happened? Ouroboros using the effect that is going to be sending the card from his hand to the grave. Or no, he's gonna go differently. Goes and banishes instead the Garnix. Isn't it taking his time instead of rushing things up? No, Baron's effect is going to be activated. So now he's going to be looking for a Viking and adds it from the deck to the hand. Going to decide to go for the spell here. He's going to go for the Onslaught. To then special summon another Garnix. I'm just chaining the effect right off the bat. Goes for the banishment. Searches for a Dark Lord contact. Ooh, Mystical Space Typhoon going to be chained to destroy a face-down card. Oof. The needle setting getting destroyed, which will have helped completely Kiddo. Oof. We'll see how it goes. Effect going to be negated because Amdusk has time. Goes, and against the Garnix, that isn't going to destroy all the monsters anymore. Plus Senzo retrieves some life points as well. Excel going for the banishment, then look for Desire if he didn't have it before, but then no, goes for the Dark Lord first. Sanctified Dark Lord, sorry. Ouroboros is going to be using the effect to send the card back to hand. A lot of interesting choices here. The Battling Box of Veil is going to be special summoned. And yeah, he doesn't have any more choices. Yeah, Zenzo easily go to right now. Exactly, Cosmic. Exactly. Right now his field is looking very, very tasty. I mean good. Forget what I said. Anyways, Fire King Island going to be activated, destroys his monster, adds another Fire King, and destroys the High King Avatar Garanix he had in hand. And also has another Avatar. It goes in attack position, fair enough. And it gets a Book of Moon. It's gonna have to take it. No, of course we know that even if the Garnix gets to be special summoned, its effect is going to be negated. Negated by the Sanctified. That's what I think, like if he made it this card, could have been GG. Alright, so if I get a building defense though, the Canadian at least use for some defense. I'm just yet again special summon. I'm just using the effect. Sanctified going to be used on going to be used on the eggshell. Alright, interesting. Zenzo going full in control so far. A lot of control here. Honestly, yeah. In game it is Nova, but we know already that it is going to be pretty much dominance on the side of Zenzo. First of all, the life points. Second of all, Kira not really able to do, how should I say, the effect of Garnix, because then there's always going to be this loop that happens with the trap. Which actually isn't on the field, wait. It is on the field, so there might be something that changes here. Yeah, there's gonna be scooping here. Zenzo going to be taking the 9th point for his team SEM. Yeah, there was no questions asked. No, in terms of matchup, that will have been good anyways for Kida though. So they're potentially going to go for a repeat, but we never know. We'll see the decision that FHX makes. I don't think it was timeout though. Honestly, I don't think it is. To be fair. Alright, the next duel happening, and did I get mentioned? If yes, all good. Alright, it is indeed going to be a repeat what's happening, so that's the last one. The last one for FHX, going for the last repeat. So yet again going to be Fire King for them, but they get the first turn. Not 6-9 feels bad. Oh my god, Gaiva. Barang sent to the grave. To be fair, there was no choke on the side of FK. I don't think there was any choke. It's mainly Zenzo who did a choke, but his field wasn't even bad, to be fair. He had the control. I don't remember if he had like 2 in the hand at that time. Like, it depends on the turn you're talking about. He has done it once at some point, but that was when the trap was actually active still on the graveyard. Or I believe it was on the field. So then the Garnix was like negated at that moment, but I guess it'll have to be seen on the VOD though. I'm sadly unsure anymore. I don't know what will have happened, like if there was really... I can't tell you the magic out. Also, Zen's are only with 1 face down so far. So Kita making the combos here. Yeah, that as well. It says. That as well. He's gonna go lethal without using any Xyz. Is this going to work for him though? Book of Moon is going to be used on the Garnix. He's gonna let his other Barong destroyed. And that way he can retrieve another 5 King card from the deck to the end. Goes for an onslaught, interesting. Normal summons the Sovereignty. That's not common. 1 chair, 2 chair. Do you have a third one? He does not. I thought he was going to be able to do the triple chair on the field. Sad. No, Kida is going to be able though to flip the Garnix back. So everything depends on the choices now that Zenzo is going to have to make. Of course, everything relies on his backer though. He's going to have to think of a good timing for when to use it. It has 1 Barong, has a Garnix as well. Viking Ireland is going to be using the effect to destroy a monster from the hand or on the field. To add another one, he's going to destroy his own Garnix here. Yes, indeed, Andres. There is a wall of disruption on the side of Zenzo. Normal summon battling Boxer Veil, alright. The man wants to look cool with a boxer. Making a Focus and Xyz. It is going to be Diamond Direwolf. So I guess it is going to be forcing the back row. Destroys the wall of disruption. Yeah, that will be the end phase for Keda. He isn't able to do any more summons. But at least he's going to get the Garnix. That is going to be destroying the 2-chair. So it's only 1 card, doesn't have the combos at all. Zenzo so far not getting good openings. No Scepter nor, let's say, an Eggshell. Eggshell which really helps out Dark Lord's Archetype. And it is going to be a face down sanctified that gets to be used. So now the effect of Garnix gets to be negated, but not only that, Zenzo regains life. It's going to go for the effect of Fire King Island, which I do think is going to go, yeah. Destroys the Arvada. That is going to be too good. Arvada can select a monster in the grave and special summon it. And then he has a normal summon that he hasn't done. And go for that. And that normally would be lethal. There's no more resource on the side of Zenzo. Lol buns. I mean, we're talking about SEM, so I know they will be flipping it up. Because the next one is going to be Copa, though. I mean, SEM is a bunch of monsters as well. Everyone knows. And that's going to be so far 9-7, though. FHX not giving up. Trying to steal the wins to go to 10 wins. Which could be possible, but will depend as well on the matchups they get. So no, right now Zenzo is gonna have to go for the second deck. Okay, 1-1. And looks like they're ready. We're just gonna go for the next duel. Oh, I'm smelling a cyber dragon. First turn is going to go for Kida though.
Duel.
One card set and the Arvada. Looking so far good for Kida because it can negate an effect. If he has another Fire King, he's going to be good. That Arvada is going to have meaning. So how is Zenzo going to be opening here? We'll have to see. Rooting for FHX though. Also rooting for FHX though on my sidekick going. But yeah, glad to see some new teams like them rising up though. Alright, so one set card so far on the side of Zenzo. So Cyber Dragon Claw has been summoned. And that now is going to have to force the effect of Arvada to be triggered. And the one destroyed is none other than the Garnix. Cybernetic Fusion support is going to be used. So now Zenzo is going to have access to Cyber Style. Of course, the Fusion Gate here. Mystical Space Typhoon, which is going to go and destroy the Fusion Gate. Still not going to be over for Zenzo, even if he doesn't have access to fusions. He's going to have at least a field, but he does need the trap. The main problem, Garnix is going to be able to destroy all monsters on the field. Well, I think Zenzo is fine though. Normally the face down should be in Cybernetic Overflow, so no, he can banish the core, which is going to destroy Garnix, even though the next turn Garnix is going to be special summon again. So no Garnix gets to be special summoned on the side of Kida. A big fat chicken on the field. Straight from KFC. But then yet again the Cyber Dragon Core. Whew. Another top deck, so now he can go search for the spell. Now one thing that is going to be difficult on the side of Zenzo is the fact that he needs a way to have like more attack points than that Garnix, who has 2,700. has the Cyberload Fusion, sorry. Gonna go straight up and use it. And of course going to be making the Chimeratic Rampage Dragon. Goes in attack. Destroys the needle ceiling from Kira. No, I have no idea what Zenzo has in the hand though. I had in mind maybe Herald of the Abyss, but that will be an insane coincidence. So by the reaction time, I'm expecting it is maybe a card that he wants to put face down. Because he cannot do any better, sadly. Also, let me just catch this random prismatic. Cyber Dragon. KW. So let's see what Zenzo goes by. Oh no, he's attacking. Book of Moon, alright. Looking good though. He's forcing the Fire Kings to use their effect to then special summon them again. Yeah. Zenzo knows he couldn't do anything anymore because then Garnix will be special summoned back. That was because the second time it was summoned, that was summoned by the effect of Arvada, which destroys it at the end phase. And that is going to be the point for Kira, so 98. Insanely close what is going on. Insanely close. Zenzo is going to have to be out. The last player is going to be coming from SEM. Copa. 2 more duels. At max. 2 more duels. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, the elephant was like the danger spot, because if you attack the Arvada and let the player summon another Garnix, that will not have been good, indeed. Had to break. Yeah, it is what it is sometimes. I mean, at some point, and that is going to matter, some of the people need the money. You mean him is like, oh my god, what are you doing here? Get out of here. What are you doing, man? Alright, just waiting for Copa to be on the table. I know he's here. Also, I just realized we only had games done on table 2. Shoutouts to them. They want to be on the middle, not on the top. That's very fair. Good. Look at the mini music making emotes. Yeah. Now, honestly, much love to Mini. Alright, we're gonna have to go to the second last duel. Is Copa going to be able to stop Kira? We'll see. Copa with water, Kira is still, of course, with the Viking.
Duel!
First turn is going to go for Copa. Now, of course, when it comes to water, it depends on how you open. That is going to be indeed a Dorime moment. Alright, let's see. We're gonna have to see Diva, Normal Summon, and Prismatic. Oh my god. All these Prismatics on the field. They're scary. Now, I'm insanely curious. Very curious of what I'm saying. Diva? Alright, wait a second. So Diva with the Marksman into Abyss Dweller. 3 back row. Okay, 3 back row is huge, but he went for Marksman out of all the cards. I thought he was going to go for the face-up ones. Mystical Space Typhoon is going to be used in one of the cards. Target the right one is going to destroy the Treacherous Trap Hole. Okay, Zenzo for the second deck, he played Cyber Dragons. Yeah, exactly, Rosalie. So we're now going to see Viking Island. I'm just not gonna understand why Copa went for the Marksman. Must be because he wants to destroy at least a back row. So far has special summon Garnings, destroys one of his monsters. What do you want to destroy is my question. The second Garnix is going to be what's destroyed. He also gets the Arvada. No, Arvada is going to be normal summoned. Goes to the battle phase. There's going to be no back row in the end. Me still trying to think why Copa went for the marksman. The infantry will have been like sincerely phenomenal for Copa. Active poster, Lord Ranger. Book of Moon though is going to be protecting Copa still. Garn is not put in defense. And now the good thing for Copa is going to be that he can be patient. Use the effect of Abyss Dweller the next turn. It doesn't have to rush. So now I see as well why he went for Marksman. That's a clever way. That's a very clever way, because if you use indeed the back row such as the Book of Moon or even a Canadian to put a monster face down, if you have Marksman you can discard it and then use its effect. That is going to be very beneficial for Copa as well. Although I do think there's the potential that Arvada negates the effect as well. Okay, I don't know why we're still in the battle phase. Oof. Provoking with that Arvada. Insanely cheeky. So he can special summon the other Garnix. Yeah, that ends to be an evil thought. But Kira thought well to attack with the Arvada to then special summon back the Garnix. And now there's going to be a cycle that begins on the side of Fire King that is going to be able to always destroy the monster at some point. So Koba will have to rely on the back row only. First Gardening is destroyed. Sets a card. I'm gonna go for the attack here. That is going to be able to deal damage. 800 LP left on the side of Koba. Oof. This is going to be tough though, because Kida really... He does have the cycle. He does have a field that is going to be potentially good. Koba needs a note against his deck. He is going to be sending down the card, but does have Necro Valley, which indeed is going to be very helpful here. So at least there's not the other Garnings that is going to be special summoned to then restart the cycles and the destruction. Infantry sadly is going to be destroyed. Let me see where. Bus shows Sock is going to be normal summoned. But then it gets Canadian instantly to not allow any combos so he can attack it again with the Garnix. Another card set for more control on the side of Kida. Kida does have the field right now. Kopa yet again sending another monster. Arvada is going to be normal summon. Arvada though. He goes for the attack. Nothing. This is a 9-9 situation. Holy... Alright, now this is going to be big hype what is going to happen right now. The two teams have the same score, 9-9. Is the comeback going to happen or not? We'll have to see. Crazy, dude. Crazy, my dude. I can't believe it. That really will matter. Kida in a streak of 3 with the 5 Kings as well. That has been used as repeat. And on top we have Kopa who has played Water. But we'll have to see if there's going to be a repeat on the side of SEM. Going to be waiting, and there's going to be a repeat. Going all in. No, wait, not that, this. SEM now using the last repeat they have for the last matchup. So we're going to be seeing yet again Fire Kings against Water for the last duel of the encounter. Now let's just go right in for the last duel. Who is going to be the winner of the encounter? We'll see. Now, one thing to note before we begin, or that I begin with the commentary. We have Phoenix High. They do have 1 win, 1 loss currently. This is week 3. SEM has 2 wins, 0 loss. This is going to matter a lot. We'll see. First turn is going to go for Kopa. 1 minute prediction, please. Alright, I don't know if Z+G can do this, but if you can, yeah. That would be very nice if you can do a prediction or even a poll, doesn't matter. Alright, so nothing is beginning so far, so I do think Kopa is thinking right now. Going to be waiting for a bit of seconds though, just to make sure there's no bug. But I still do think it is. I just need something to win my points back. I mean, I wish I was a mod to then do the prediction, but since it's not in my channel, I mean... Okay, I'm going to do one thing. Wait a second. Alright. Is he going to be seeing or not? Also, Kopa opening with 3 back rows. There's indeed the prediction going on. Okay, that's maybe someone else who has done it, but yeah. Who is going to be winning? This is the last duel. Actually, the two players have opened 3 back row. Holy. We'll see who's going to be winning against each other. Is Sam going to be taking the win, or the W is going to go for Phoenix High? Copa right now is going to be summoning. Summons the Diva that is going to be looking for another monster. Potentially going to be the Marksman, which could happen. Also, big thanks to the Team Mod staff making the prediction as well. Shoutouts to the whole team. Now, Canadian is going to be used already. Flips down the infantry, and that is going to allow him to not let Copa do another normal summon. Which means no Xyz, no Synchro. And in fact, there was a debate. The debate that is going to be revealing Necro Valley. Oof. That Necro Valley will be pretty important. Unless Keda has like a back row to remove the Necro Valley. I don't know what's gonna happen. 200 damage though on the face of Keda. Gonna be the turn of Keda right now. Is he going to be able to at least normal summon something? To at least, let's say, get rid of infantry, get rid of the Diva. And he does have Arvada in fact. Going to be sort of fine though. Goes to the battle phase. Who do you choose to destroy? Is gonna go for the face down, goes and destroys the infantry. Can he? Or Koba is going to have something to stop him. Because I mean there's still 3 back rows, so control is that. Now Book of Moon is going to be used on the Arvada. Puts it face down. No attack for the Arvada. Potential opportunity for Kopa to do an Xyz as well. No, it is going to be flipping up the infantry. I mean, that was a late comment of mine. But the main question, does Copa has a monster or not? Or does he have another spell trap? Or does he want to save resources? The Marsman will be pretty nice here in this position, I'd say. I'm just going to say that. Now, why it is because when you use a Marsman, you can actually destroy a face-on card. Ooh, Copa is gonna go for the Xyz rank 4 right off the bat. Is this going to be okay? I'll have to see. Now, one thing that also needs to be known, because the skill has been used, it cannot change for another thing. Ooh, goes for the Bahamut Shark. That's not something I've thought I'm going to see at all. Bahamut Shark. Once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material from the card, special summon a rank 3 or lower water Xyz monster from the extra deck. And it cannot attack for the rest of the turn. I mean, Bahamut Shark cannot attack for the rest of the turn. So it can be very ideal if he's looking for like direct attacks. Alright, let's see. Bahamut Shark. Alright. Brings Mermail Ibis Try. What a try. So during either player's turn when your opponent targets. This is getting insanely interesting. Abyss Try? I do have my impression that the extra deck will be only Xyz, almost. Because the fact that he's playing the Abyss Stride and the Shark, I mean, at some point you want to also have this Dweller and the number 37, Hope Woven. I don't know, I don't have any comments here. I'm not gonna lie. Unless he wants to stall his opponent, which will surprise me. That's crazy though. Going for the battle phase trade. Is there going to be anything Kida has though? He has 3 cards and 2 back row. The first damage. Going to be revealing the battling boss of Veil. Gets to be special summon in attack position. He wants to bully. He wants to bully Copa. He wants to get free Destiny draw. Which of course is not going to happen. It's always a good provocation though. Now Kida drops. Does he have anything though? The main thing is that the Necro Valley pretty much stops most of his combos. So he may want to get something to get rid of the Necro Valley. Viking Island is going to be used. Alright. Destroys his own battling box of Veil to look for another Viking. Is going to be looking for Baron. This is now making me think that maybe Kida has a fake back row. No. Actually not. He's going to be summoning Baron. Baron gonna try to attack the Mirror Mile. No, he's not going for that. Okay, sir. Attacking the banner. I'm actually trying to know why. That would be to add a card on the standby phase one. Like why? I don't understand. Three back on the side of Copa, some damage that is going to be used, and then I think this one is going to be stopped. Book of Moon. Yeah, it doesn't have a choice, it has to go for the Book of Moon. I have the impression that maybe Kida does want to use already the MST to destroy the Necro Valley, then start the combos. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be a Dedro MST to destroy the Necro Valley. And for me, the reason why he went for the card that will be because he does have, in fact, something to then special summon Garnix for the Onslaught. Or else, could have used Viking Island, destroys his own Garnix. That is sent to the grave. One thing that is still going to be beneficial, though, for Kida is that he can actually set the cycle. So far. It will still depend on whatever the opponent is going to be doing. Also sends another King Habitat. Look at that. Sending the Garnix and also has Arvada. Goes for the battle phase on the wrong attack order. We'll see. I didn't expect that the Garnix is going to attack in priority the Abyss Shrine, but I think that will be because of defense. Maybe. Probably because of that. Magic Cylinder one time. Will be insane to have it in this state of the game. Alright, so no Garnix has used the effect, Arvada uses the effect, this is going to be special summoning the order. So 2 big fat chicken. So far there is quite a KFC field, and on the other side, I actually don't know any. I was about to make a joke, basically thinking if there was like any fast food. Okay, no. First of all, we have to come at the needle sailing. I was going to make a big kaboom right now. That's going to be a good needle sailing here. That's going to be a very good one. But yeah, the joke I was about to make would be... Wait, actually, he's summoning the Canadia? Why? The Canadia is going to be destroyed. What do you mean? I'm using the Canadia too early. He could have saved it for later. At least he has the 2 Garnix, but still. The Canadian was savable. Has the 2 Garnix, and yeah, the 2 of them will have been special summoned and only one of them will stay on the field. Destroys a monster that he has on the hand. It is going to be Kytride what he has to draw Arvada. Going for the bad phase. Is there going to be something that is going to stop them? There's going to be the Book of Moon. Book of Moon to the Arvada. Well, that's going to be a good choice because then the other Garnix is going to be summoned, but that means Arvada and its Garnix is going to be destroyed. An insanely close duel right now going on, but it does not have resources, as we could think. Though Arvada is going to be able to use the effect, brings the other big chicken yet again. To come back, the big fat chickens yet again. This is insanely close. No, Kida has something still. He has the Kytride, but there's one problem. The Abyss Dweller. Ay. That was insanely close, but yeah, Abyss Dweller does the job. Just needs to negate the Kytride. And that is going to be the last attack for game. Copa taking the last point of the whole match, giving the win for SEM. That was pure hype though. Holy Jesus. What a match have I witnessed. First of all, hopefully everyone has enjoyed the encounter right now. As for the score, I think that was 1-1. Let me just make sure. Yes. Alright, first of all, great match from the 2 teams. Had a blast watching it and had a blast commentating it. Also, hopefully you guys from the chat enjoyed the match. And of course, congratulations on the win for SEM. Right now they are at 3 wins, 0 loss. And Phoenix High though, they have 2 losses, but they still have 1 win and a very promising team, definitely. I expect a lot of things from Phoenix High. They have been playing a lot of leagues as well. Exactly like SEM, but it's more of a recent team, so I expect more from Phoenix High, definitely. No, don't check the server, guys. Do not. But yeah, hopefully at least you guys enjoy the war, and I think it is going to be the end. Because I mean, I know the 2 teams, they want to get their break at least. It is night. And I don't speak their language. I wish I could, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think I'm going to let the team one staff handle for a raid, whatever they want. On my side, it is the end, so just wanting to know if there's going to be a raid, I'm actually going to be knowing. Okay, there is. Sounds good.